Welcome to Guel Fight Wrestle Hut. This is our very first video. We're going to be doing a top 10 of our favorite wrestlers right now, based on we're sort of like breaking down their matches and their stories and their character from last summer, and then we're going to do this every year, and it's going to culminate at the end of AEW Double or Nothing. So that's going to be our year. It's not like we're doing like a top 10 for the first 6 months of the year. So bear with us. I'm going backwards. I don't know how this guy did his rankings, but my honorable mentions are Adam Hangman Page and Jeff Cobb. I've really liked Jeff Cobb for a long time, especially since I saw him as Matanza in Lucha Underground, you know, and his dolphin flips and all that stuff. I like that he's evolving into more of a heel in New Japan, and we're seeing like a lot of different things that he is able to do in New Japan, and he's just really sort of elevating, teaming up with like Will Ospreay and that group that they got going over. It's awesome. Let's see what this guy's got going down on his list.
Okay, so I'll also go with my honorable mentions first. First, I've got to go with the late and great Brody Lee, because you know, he's no longer with the living.
The living.
I think he's a great leader. I loved it when he was like yelling at people, and like those segments on BT were hilarious when he's like throwing paper at people. People are like dying.
Killing evil Uno, calling people bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the second one may surprise you, because it's like it's actually Kingston. I didn't actually wasn't a big fan of him when he like first joined, because like I didn't really like that old school style that he has. He's like more of a brawler. But then like I was slowly, before I knew, I was kind of like drawn to his stories, because he's such great like skills. So I'm like, before I know, I'm always like interested in his story and what he's doing. What the?
Oh, see, I was talking highly about Eddie Kingston and his promo work and all this stuff. Now this guy's changed his tune. Anyways, moving on. My number 10, as I'm working my way up to number 1, is Vincent from ROH. I just really like his character. I love the fact that Vincent and his rivalry with Matt Taven is actually been going on for like over a year. How many times do you see a rivalry do that? I know there was a pandemic, so they had the gaps and stuff, but he's kept this rivalry going, this story going for over a year with Matt Taven, Vincent, and I like his matches. His work is really good. The way he sells stuff, he's a unique character, and that's why he cracked my list, because of character primarily. Who do you got next?
Okay, so mine is not in any specific order, because stuff is too annoying to deal with. So my first one is Omega. Like, I love his new crazy persona. Like, he makes things unpredictable.
My number 9 is Will Ospreay. Stop looking at my damn list. Is Will Ospreay, just because the dude, I like his character. He's got more ego now. To me, he's sort of turning into a bit of an attitude that Kenny Omega had when he started when he joined Bullet Club back in New Japan. And then obviously his skill set. The dude's wrestling capabilities are out of this world. His aerial stuff, his technical stuff. He can work with everybody in New Japan. I've seen him work with all kinds of guys, you know, big guys, small guys, fast guys, old guys, you know, the Walter, you know, like the big guy in the Indies. He can do so much. So that's why I have him, and I'm glad he finally got the big title in New Japan. Who do you got next?
My next is Hangman, cowboy shit. You know, at first I wasn't really sold on him, because like I think
another guy.
He had a bit of an injury or something like that. But then like I saw him do more and more, and I was like, man, I really like the style. I enjoyed the alcoholic storyline where like he used to be cool, and now he's like a degenerate drunk.
On to my number 8 is Kota Ibushi. He's a number 8 because I just have so many other guys that I've seen more of. But Kota Ibushi made this list. You know, I know he doesn't have like this spectacular character. Obviously, he's speaking Japanese, so we don't get like the promos as in depth as like maybe Eddie Kingston. But his matches, you know, at Wrestle Kingdom, back-to-back nights, were freaking phenomenal. This dude's endurance is uncanny to do that and do those long matches back-to-back like that. Like, he's just a beast. And, you know, not only that, like, the dude's almost 40 and his physique is literally like carved out of a fucking marble. He's like a statue, you know. It's just, so that's why he cracked, you know, my top 10. Maybe he'll move up, but like I said, this is the pandemic. A lot of things really sort of messed this up, you know, without seeing guys wrestle as much and stuff. So
yeah. My next one is Cage. He's an agile big man with a cool Terminator armor. Like, what is there not to like about this dude? And some of his feats of strength are like crazy. Like he's like lifting like these huge guys with ease. Is like baffles you.
Yeah, but like you sort of expect that, but then when you see his agility and his athleticism and even his cardio, like the match he had with Hangman at Double or Nothing was long and physical and drawn out, and he still had cardio. Like usually guys that freaking muscular, we see him in MMA.
Yeah, we see it in other companies to get the gas.
Yeah, and Cage is not, right? So like that's freaking impressive. My number 7 is Penta El Ceremioto, Penta Junior, Pentagon, Penta Black. You know, whatever you want to call him, he's just, I always loved his character. He has such an attitude. I preferred his character in Lucha Underground, though. He just had such a mean attitude, dark, vicious. It's still here, it's just not as prevalent.
So my next one is Darby, the Enigma Lone Wolf. He has a mystery aura about himself. Some of the stunts he pulls off is like crazy. Like, you look like he's gonna die, but then, like he always like gets back up. He's like the Undertaker. And I love his look. Like he's like that half skeleton, and then like I hope he finish off his tattoos. I think it's a unique look that he has.
Do a whole half body or something.
You know, I love like that over top stunner that he does, because like he uses his size and agility, and he uses all these like fast moves to zig and zag. So I'm like, oh, this guy is so good.
That makes a good point, because that makes it believable that he can beat some of these other guys, because he uses his speed and athleticism and then his durability. You know, so it's like, oh, he wears down his opponent. My next guy is Pac, because I loved what he's able to do and work with everybody, whether it's singles, tags, technical, aerial, like Omega, what he's able to do. And then I like that his character is coming a little bit more to life in AEW. You know, a little bit of a dark, a little bit more of a sinister, ominous attitude to Pac right now. So
yeah, my next one is
better.
Sammy Guevara, the Spanish guy. Like, what is not like about this guy? You know, he's crazy athletic. His ring skills are next level. And like, if you seen like the last review, his stunts are they're like movie critics like the stuntmen. Like,
yeah, he's jumping off of walls, jumping through forklifts.
Like, yeah, man, this guy's amazing.
Using his surroundings like that. Yeah. My number 5 is the Beast, the big man, Murder Hawk, Lance Archer. Just because his character's coming through is more as well. That's why I like obviously his size and his athleticism is another thing that is uncanny, but I like that his promos are coming alive, his character is coming alive, his ruthlessness, like throwing guys into roofs. He scares Justin Roberts out of the ring, so he speeds up his introduction and then runs away. Like, he's just really growing on me. You know, he's picking up steam really fast, so I feel like that's a future guy that could be a champion as well.
Yeah, for sure. So my next one is Orange Cassidy. He's just like a totally unique character. You see nothing like this guy. He's just like fun to watch. You know, he's got like funny moments. Like when he does normal moves, it's interesting. Like when he like locks up, it's interesting because you never see him lock up, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, and you're also like, I think, expecting from a guy like that not to have sort of like the strength that he does. But like sometimes when he's doing beach break, he's got like, you know, a 250 plus pounder. And then you can also see like he has more skills than just like aerial and stuff. He is a good technical wrestler. He can work with guys like Angelico.
And like, I don't know how he does some of those top row moves with his hands. It's probably like, my reaction is to brace myself, but his hands just fucking can't brace himself. He's like, oh, I hope I live.
One of those few guys who has like ridiculous balance. Yeah, you know, and speaking of balance, my number 4 is Ray Phoenix or whatever you want to call him, Dark Phoenix. You know, his balance is freaking ridiculous. Like, the only guy I can think of, and they were in a match together, was El Phantasmo, who has ridiculous balance. Like, you know, he's just, everything he does is always uncanny. And again, he's another guy who can work with big, small, muscular, strong, athletic, technical. He can do so many different things. And he's such a durable dude. Like, a lot of the stuff he can take and then pull off, and, you know, his consistency, stuff like that. So he's easily one of those guys up there for me. I have him 4th. So
my next one is Pac.
Oh, he's got one of my guys.
I love his finisher, like the black arrow. It's crazy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
How many flips does he do? Like 1 billion flips? Or how does he
See,
manage that?
I did that purposely. I didn't mention Black Arrow because I subconsciously somehow knew you.
Oh yeah, I see how it is. And his mic skills really good, makes him a great leader for Death Triangle. And like he's got like great ring skills. Love his kicks. You know, he does them super fast with snaps.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's just amazing.
Also, the dude's built like a freaking
tank.
yeah. He's
shredded.
yeah. He's just a thick individual. They don't make a lot of people like that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Just like my next guy is third, Brian Cage. He already mentioned him, so he took a lot of what I want to say. Athletic, big guy, all that stuff. I like the Terminator thing, but what made him shoot all the way up to third for me was the fact that his Lucha Underground days of like the moves, his arsenal of moves were coming out more and more before AEW's Double or Nothing, and it has shown so much in the last few months back to the Lucha Underground days. So that shot me up because, you know, he's just adding more and more. So I was like, yes, you know, going back, add more to that repertoire. Nothing wrong with that.
So my next one is also Archer. Like
Another one.
I love it when like he just comes out randomly to beat up people in the back. It's like funny to see. And like his ring skills, like his agility for like his size, like when I saw him like walking the ropes, like the Undertaker, and then like all of a sudden he like flips and does a moonsault. I'm like, what the? How, like regular guys can't do that, let alone like his size and like that.
The balance.
Yeah, the balance is like insane. And
my number 2 is Jay White from New Japan. Dude's got mad wrestling skills. You know, he's not like all flashy, so but he's got a lot of the basics. He's got a lot of solid moves, and he's very technical, and he does a lot of stuff. But I love the fact that what he can tell in a story, in a match, talking to the ref, yelling at people, all this. He has such body character, eye character, all this yelling about hair, you know, just what he did with Kota Ibushi and what he did at Wrestle Kingdom in general, like and then his promo stuff afterwards. The dude is just on another level of like athleticism, promo, character, all that stuff. I think he's fantastic, and that's why I have him number 2. I have him right there.
one is Jericho. I think my I'm not really like into like the old school styles, because then like Jericho's like growing on me, and like he literally turned like his music turned him like from a bad guy to a good guy when everybody's like singing a lot, everyone wants to cheer him.
Yeah, all of a sudden and then they boom during the match. Cheer's music boom during the match.
He's the demo god, right?
My number 1, the Cleaner. Why is he my number 1? Why did this guy steal him earlier? But just because, again, what you said is he's evolved, he's turned into this lunatic, and he's doing what Jay White is doing to a degree. The way he's doing his promos, the way he's delivering his character. It's not always just about matches. A lot of people just want to sit and fixate on the matches sometimes. But if you don't care about some character, you know, that's what Kenny has, and I like that he's doing that, you know, bringing that character to life. I love that sort of bit of that Doppio from
JoJo's Adventure.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures? Yeah, Bizarre Adventures, that he has this anime, this manga character coming to life. He's being insane. He's being, you know, a megalomaniac, the ego. He's, you know, what's going on there? It's all that. It's just a combination of everything, and also that he's working in all these promotions right now, putting his body through hell. You know, he's just doing a lot. So that is my number 1. This guy doesn't have him ranked like that, so this next guy might not necessarily be number 1.
Yeah, so my next one is, might also surprise you, it's actually MJF. Like, I added this dude last minute, because like, again, I'm not a fan of his old school style wrestling, but then like, his mic skills like next level, and then like his storytelling, you just like draw into his storyline, and then his segments with Jericho himself is like just really interesting. Like they had a sing off, like who would have thought of that, right, kind of thing. So yeah,
that's why I think you're MJF, the most hated guy in wrestling, but it's a good reason for it, because he really does bring that most hated guy to wrestling, you know, to life. So, I hope you guys enjoyed our top 10 and some honorable mentions. We are 12 Fight Wrestle Hut.
Standing on the